Hi everyone, my name is Nika. I have a little hobby worm farm business. So I actually just bought this Vermi Future Worm Hotel. It's actually empty. I haven't put anything in there yet. But that's my next venture. So this is my little worm farm. I will hopefully soon expand my worm collection. So let's take a look at this bin over here. This bin actually, not this one, but I just harvested one of the bins that was above this. But yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a look at the worms. Oh, here we go. See, now we got a lot of them over here. Ooh, so pretty. All right. Look at this. Ooh. All right. I just fed them a few days ago, so it looks like they still have some food in here. But you can see they look nice, healthier looking worms than the ones that was in the breeder bin. So that's something I need to actually change. Because the ones in the breeder bin were mighty thin. As you can see, this is almost ready for harvest. This was cardboard. Well, it was a pre-compost actually beforehand. So as you can see, there's a whole lot of castings, a lot of beautiful castings. That's one thing I fell in love with. I fell in love with these castings. They're gorgeous. Like, I never knew that a form of poop could be so beautiful. But look how beautiful these castings are. I just love them. Alright, so let's go ahead and aerate this bin a little bit. Alright. It's a little hard actually doing this while holding a phone. I've never done this before while holding a phone. But over here you can see this was a banana peel. Alright. Not very easy. If anybody has any advice, I think I should put this on a tripod while I look into my bin. It seems that will make a lot more sense. Okay, so that's exactly what I will do. Let's just make sure there's no babies, any babies on my fingers. No. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, so now I have it on a tripod. Much easier. All right, so let's just aerate this bin a little bit. Already disturbed the worms. Sorry, worms. Let's take a look at you guys. Yeah, you guys are look how beautiful. Look how gorgeous these ones are compared to the ones that were in my breeder bins. Very beautiful, healthy looking worms. All right, let's see what else we have in here. Yeah, so this bin, obviously, as you can see, it's ready to be harvested very soon. Probably gonna harvest this bin and maybe in about a week or so, actually, because I still see a good amount of cardboard. So I do want them to forage. I do want them to go in and finish eating all of the food in this bin. This is an avocado shell. All right, let's put that back in. And it smells just beautiful in here. It smells like just like the forest. It smells like earth. Beautiful smell. A little bit of lettuce from the last feeding. So yeah, so I'm not going to feed them because I have, the opportunity to go into my bin every day if I wanted to. I try not, obviously, to go in there every day to bother the worms. But I'll just wait a few days and I'll feed them in maybe about 2 days from now or so. I think most of these food scraps are going to be gone. And at the same time, probably, oh, look, a watermelon. Oh, wow. Okay, let me put that back in for them. So I'll probably feed them again in like 2-3 days, but I will probably feed them just some worm chow, a little bit of worm chow and veggie powder, because it looks like it's time to dry out the bin so I could harvest it very soon. And I don't want to feed them anything wet, which will keep the bin, wet. I want to have it dry out. Okay, let me put this cardboard back on. Well, it is cardboard. It was thicker cardboard before, but the water and the worms got to it, so now it's little thin pieces of cardboard. Let me just put that back on. Alrighty. Alright, so this bin looks perfectly fine. Alright, let's put the cover back on and let's move to the next one. Alrighty, here is the next one. Oh, I need to move this over. Alright, so this is my next bin. Okay. Yes, okay, this is the bin that I harvested earlier, like just a few days ago. Oh, it's pretty dry. I was supposed to put in more pre-compost in here, but I forgot, I guess. I didn't have a chance to do it yet. So you can see there's like no worms in here. It looks like since it's pretty dry and I forgot to put the pre-compost in here. There's not too many worms in here, but that's okay. Let's look underneath and see how many worms are underneath. Okay, let's go look underneath. All right. See, this is obviously much better. Let's see the worms. I did feed these ones also. Let's look at this. Look at this. Look how many babies I have. Yeah, a lot of babies. I just fed this bin. There we go. I just fed this bin a few days ago when I fed the other bin. So it looks like they're still working on it. Let's see. All right, look at this. Ooh, wow. Look at all these worms, but a lot of young ones in here also. Well, look at all these babies. A lot of babies in here. All right. I don't want to disturb them too much. Let's aerate this bin also. But yeah, I will go ahead and I will put more I will moisten up this bin because it feels a little bit dry. It's not dry, like, here, let me see if I could grab a patch where there's not that many worms in it. Let's see, you see there's a few drops in here. See, sorry. Oops. I want to squeeze you, but yeah, I can see there's going to be a few drops of water. I don't know, as you can hear, it's obviously not, it's not dry, but it's not as, I do run my bins a little bit more moist than this, especially since it's not bins and it's trays, and the liquid, the water could come out from the bottom if it needed to. So look at this feisty one. Ooh, I'm gonna add this one to my breeders. Look how beautiful this one is. Speaking of which, this is actually an opportunity to go through some of the worms and grab more breeders for my breeder tray. All right, let's go ahead and see what I can find, actually. That's actually a pretty good idea. This one, too, has a little clitellum. So you two, you're coming with me. This one, too, actually. This one, too, you're coming with me. And I think this is a clitellum. Absolutely. Okay. You guys are all coming with me. This one too, look how beautiful this one is. Oh yeah, gorgeous. All right. Okay, anyways, I'm going to just grab a few, put them with my other breeders, and I am going to go ahead and find more of the breeders on my own time. So, okay. I want to show you guys the rest of my bins. Here's another one. All right. I'll just put this ones with the other ones. Let's see what this one is. So now, yep, I think this one too. Yeah. Okay, let me just bury this watermelon back inside, fix up the bin. All right, there we go. Sorry, you guys. Let's put back the other tray on top. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to put some more pre-compost on this. It is very, very shallow, this bin. Okay, let me see, make sure there's no more worms on me. Okay, now let's water it up. Make it nice and moist. There we go. Very nice. All right, I think that's good enough for now. That's good enough for now. All right, let's put this back. And let's go take a quick look at my two other bins. A very quick look. All right, so this is my other bin. As you can see over here, we fed. Look, this is a very pretty one. A very nice one over here. As you can see, we fed, so there's that dip. So let's take a look. All right, yeah, you see them all over the watermelon. A lot of babies, like the other bin. These ones I'm not going to disturb as much. I'm going to go looking for more breeders after, but, oh, is this one? I don't think so. Let's see. I don't know. Yeah, right here, the Clotalum. Yeah, it is one. Okay, so that one is a breeder. And this one, oh, look at this. Are these two getting it on? All right, okay. I didn't know. Excuse me for disturbing you guys. Let me put you guys back and keep doing what you're doing. Right here, look. These are two of them getting it on. Okay, sorry. Okay, go back in there. Keep going. And here's another breeder in here. All right. And here's another one over here. Let me see if this is, and one over here. I don't know, it's like, I feel like this bin is kind of, I don't know, I find it kind of dry also, but I don't think it's that dry. Here, let me see. I have my little meter. Let me measure it. I have my little measure reader. Let's see. Usually, you know, I check every time I feed, every time I check my bin. Okay, yeah, look. You can see, oopsie, not bad, not Celsius, but I'm in Canada, but, okay, let's see how I could do it, and you guys could see it at the same time. Okay, there we go. So 80% actually, 80% wetness, 78, so that's usually how I like my breeder bin, and about 6.1 pH. I just fed, so, ooh, okay, this area is a little different. But anyways, I just fed, so it's not completely unusual. the pH is really not that bad. And over here, yeah, about like, over here, yeah, 70 something percent, 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Not bad. All right, so I'll just let these ones be, and we will just go ahead and check out my last trays. My last worm towers is what they're called, actually. Worm towers. I'm sorry. This worm tower is pretty small. It was my very first one. All right, let's take a look. Sometimes there's worms at the top. All right, not too bad. The thing I don't like about this worm tower is sometimes on the sides over here, you'll see a whole bunch of babies that try and hide over here. Look, you can see some of them over here. And then it's like I have to kind of scoop them up and put them back in the bin. Like today, it's really not that bad, but especially after feeding, especially if I feed them at the top, there's a whole bunch of babies just hiding and just, you know, just in the creases. All right, so let's pull this back. All right, very nice. Let's take a look at this bin. This one too was just fed a few days ago. See the watermelon also. See a lot of worms also. Ooh, maybe not a lot like that, but worms. There you go. I think this one might be a breeder. Let's see. Yes, it sure is. And I have a bunch of babies on my hands, on my gloves, so I want to take that off because I don't want to put them in the breeder bin. What is this? Oh, okay, this is the avocado shell, or the avocado pit, actually. Let me see if I could just find a few breeders that I'll put in. No, not that one. I don't know. No, that one's not. This one is. Let's see. This one is. Yeah, I think actually I need to feed them more worm chow. These last few days, these last few weeks, I've been just feeding them a lot of just food scraps, and they're getting pretty skinny, to be honest with you. I thought it was just the one in the breeder bins, but these ones are a little bit skinny also, so I need to change that. I guess worm chow is pretty important, because look, these ones are pretty skinny. I need them fatter. They were much fatter before. All right, I'm going to see if I can find just a few more breeders, and then I'm going to go ahead and call it a day and check up on them in the next few days when I feed them again. But I will go ahead and put more pre-compost in that other bin today, because I know they have a tray underneath, but still I want them to be able to use all of their trays and not have one tray that is, not as, excessive, not as convenient, or not as, good as the other ones. I want them to be able to go up and down and choose which tray they wish and have them all in the best conditions. Ooh, that's a little feisty one. Look at this one. Ooh, this one's a little active one. Good for you. No, I don't see the clotellum on this one. Might very well be a breeder, but I don't see the oh no, it's okay. I see it on this one. Let me see if I could just find like 2 or 3 more, and let's close up the bin and let them rest. No, not that one. No, not that one. This one's pretty long. I think I see one on here. All right, just one more. If I could find just one more. All right, there we go. All right, so let's put these breeders with the other ones. All right, let's just make sure I have no babies on my gloves. All right, no cocoons, no babies. All right, perfect. Let's just put that back. Let's put this pit in. Let's bury that. All right, sorry worms for the disturbance. Let's see how this bin is looking also. Should be about the same as the other one. Oh, this one 95. Ooh, let me see. Okay, I mean, it all depends how deep it is. Yeah, okay. 73, and pH is green. All right, so fantastic. All right, you guys, so thank you for joining me and for taking a look at my tiny little worm farm as a hobby. And I'm hoping to make it a business because I just fell in love with worm farming. I just love it. I love the worms. I love all the content creators. It's a great little family on YouTube that I rolled onto. So I'll see you guys later. Thank you.